guys, this is the unboxing and review of the Secutor Gladius 17. As you can see, thin box. Let's open it up. Nice foam padding, and inside you have pistol, CO2 magazine, yellow law compliant thing, another nozzle, and a spare O-ring for the magazine. So now you can see it with the magazine here. It was not here inside the box. So let's take it out. Here it is. Because we are in Portugal, we need to be compliant with the law. We need this yellow contraption here on the tip, or you can paint the yellow on the gun. It's just to know that it's compliant with Portuguese law, which is where I am. But let's just thread this. This thread, it's like an EEG thread. That means you can use any silencer on the market right now. 14 CCW threading. Okay, always be careful with the threads because you might damage them. So this is the black version. It has some venting here, as well as for being more lightweight. You have logos all over the place. You have this wonderful factory stippling, which gives you a very positive grip of the gun, and also here, here, and here. You have from factory 2 positions for the sights, the standard sights, and optics, holes to mount optics available from factory. The trigger, it's like a race trigger. It's flat, and because this is a thing that reminds you of a Glock, but it's not a Glock. You don't have the safety on the trigger like you have on a Glock. What you have, it's a mechanical button that you push, so it's safe. You push the other side, bang, fires. Has the normal functions of a GBB. Locks in the back, you know, all that stuff. You have oversized controls, slide release and the mag release. They are all oversized. You have a nice Picatinny rail over here. You can adjust the sights. They're not fixed. You can adjust them left or right using an Allen key in here, and you can also swap the place where they are. You can put them here in the front. It has a bit of wear and tear right now because I have been testing it, and it's very good actually. With the nozzle that it has and with the CO2 magazine, it has a tremendous kick. I have been shooting a lot of real steel pistols and other weapons also, and I can tell you this pistol kicks more than some 22 pistols that I have been shooting, apart from the muzzle rise, because you're not burning powder in this thing. it has a very hard kick. Let me show you. Oh my god, that's snappy. It's really good. And as you can see, the magazine, it's also stippled, so it gives you, let me just save it, gives you a very positive grip of the pistol with this stippling, including the mag. You know, it's a very nice touch. It also has a logo here. It's very good. The good thing though about this pistol, it's modularity, and what sets this pistol apart is modularity, because you can mount optics, silencers, you know, pretty much everything that goes on a Glock 17. It fits. This is my G32C from KG Works. This is a Glock 19 holster. Very good. The 17 holster is just a little bit longer, so it covers the whole gun, but as you can see, no wobble, but it slides right out. Note to mention, if you change the rear sight forward, you have to grind the holster a little bit so you can holster the gun, because the slot here will be covered in the holster. Okay? Very nice. It's not on the heavy side. It's very good, and it's very modular outside, but it's also very modular inside, because it comes with two flavors: standard CO2 mag, APS system, by the way, but you can also buy green gas mags. And having two different sources of power, you can also tweak between nozzles. You have a summer nozzle and a winter nozzle. So that's the way that the company found to have a CO2 pistol, advertise it as 1 joule, and not be lying to the customers. According to the conditions in your country, you can tweak the gun as well as the source of power, and always have a compliant pistol for your country laws as well as CQB regulations. Having a nice shooting 1 joule CO2 pistol is very fun in CQB situations. It's very loud, so when you're in a tight compartment, it will roar a very big bang. That scares the hell out of people. It's very fun. But where this pistol really shines is in practical shooting. I believe it's made for that. That's the big picture with this pistol. It's race ready. It's what you need. A snappy gun that will have a lot of oomph when you're shooting. A nice trigger. It breaks like so, very crisp. It doesn't have like a first stage. It's a single stage trigger. And you know, it has the racing looks and also the racing performance. That's my final conclusion. It's a nice field pistol, but it's definitely a nice racing pistol also. If you're on the market searching for a solution that will fit both roles, you know, like the agency arms Glocks and the salient arms Glocks. Those are developed for racing and as well as defensive situations, because it improves the real steel gun in many ways, shapes, or forms. This is that solution, that package, and I'm very pleased that the brand chose me to tell you that. So stick around for part 2, where I chrono the thing, and do a bit of testing. For the chrono, we are going to use 0.2 gram BBs, as well as a new cartridge of CO2. Here we go. Let's see if you will be able to see. $300, $301, $303, $300, $300.9. It's very consistent. As we spend the CO2, it will slowly go down. So I imagine that with the other nozzle, you would get a much higher FPS. So if your country allows it and you decide that you want it, you can use the winter nozzle in summertime and have a higher FPS. Nevertheless, the company offers you modularity and options, and that's very good, because in terms of gas operated guns, there is no one size fits all. You have small tweaking to do in order to be perfect for your country laws and your climate and yabba yabba. You know what I mean. One thing that I forgot to mention in the review is that to adjust the hop up, you cock the hammer, push those levers like any Glock, those two levers here. I'm trying to do this while holding the camera, and push the slide forward, and you have a wheel over here which you can adjust the hop up. Also, another note to mention, this is manufactured by APS, but with another design. One of the flaws that the APS has, it's the wheel here, which is different than Marui. This has another system, and it seems to be working quite well. It doesn't have a wheel like a ball bearing. It has like a skid plate type of thing, and it seems to be working, not like the APS ACP, which turns out to had a few minor issues with the small wheel that they put it in here. So that concludes my review. If there's anything positive to mention apart from what I said from the pistol, is that these sights glow in the dark from factory. And a bad thing to mention, well, a bad thing that all Glocks have. If you use heavier BBs like .25s or up, you'll have trouble with the hop up. The hop up, cannot hop them properly. But that's with this Glock, as well as any other Marui clones that are on the market. That's normal. You have fixes for that, and cheap ones. You can tweak the hop-up chamber to press the rubber a bit more, or you can buy another hop-up rubber to lift those heavy BBs. But It's a very nice gun. 160 euros here in Portugal. I don't know the prices in other countries, but I am very pleased with it, and I am very certain that I can recommend this to any guy. Milsimer, speed shooter, uh, speed softer, IPSC shooter, you name it. I like it very much. Thank you. And don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe my channel. See you next time.